Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ash, and this is Amalgam Ash Game Development and Let's Play channel. I'm very tired. My webcam is not enabled. I don't feel like having the lights in my face. I'm going to be very blunt and a bit lackadaisical and aloof with you in this devlog, if indeed this becomes a devlog. It'll be named for whatever it ends up becoming, but I just wanted to go ahead and record. Didn't want to worry too much about like editing myself during the actual recording, and I didn't really want to like edit out a bunch of the silences, and I didn't really want to edit out any mistakes or anything. So you're going to get 100% raw, unfiltered Ash. How about that? This is the top menu of Smile Game Builder, by the way, and I wanted to sort of introduce this and present it to you before I got started. And this will only take a minute because the top menu, which is a management screen, appears when you first open the software. This is how you get into your projects, how you make a new project, how you tell the software that you want to do what it is that you're about to do. We have a few things here. We have the giant logo that takes up its own little space. We have screen, by the way, is not resizable. We have new game templates all along the top. We have to have a scroll bar here because there are so many, but there are so many because we get some with DLCs that are for Smile Game Builder that you can purchase from Steam. The project files usually have a couple of maps that showcase what the assets look like when they are arranged and when maps are built by the designers of the assets. Some of them come with games like Iron Will, which is the game that comes with a Healer Only Lives Twice character resource pack by Pon Games. Corpse Party has its own little game included with the Corpse Party Tenjin High School pack. G-Styles pack here has an entire city map for you to explore, and the Spice Plus model pack is just a collection of maps and assets very decoratively arranged in those maps. You can use any of these as starting points for your game if you'd like. The Story of Grand Boom Kingdom, SGB Quest, and Simple Escape Game are all games that come with the engine, and then New Project is basically a hello world. If you want to start bare bones, you just click New Game, New Project, and you go from there. The Continue section here, bottom left, these are all the projects that I currently have that I consider to be active in Smile Game Builder. I haven't paid attention to all of them recently. And some of them are quite old, but they're projects that I don't consider finished that I still want to continue doing. And just a brief explanation of each of them. Goblin game here. This is my tribute / answer to RossyDoesDrawings' desire to have a Goblin game where you run around collecting cheese wheels, selling things on the Goblin black market to afford new things for your Goblin grotto. Next up, we have the Lockup, which is my own submission to my own The Year-Long Jam event that I'm hosting. And this is a game that was inspired by my closing duties at my actual real-life job. Land of Extensia, Oct for October, is a collection of event systems that can be utilized in your Smile Game Builder project. You just copy them out of this game project and into yours, or you can use this as a starting point for your own games. It is a project that I have uploaded on itch.io right now, so you can actually use this if you wish. I'm the Watchman is my tribute to Unus Annus, which is the Markiplier and Ethan or Crank Gameplays channel that existed for a year and then was deleted by design. It is a sort of anomaly chasing type game, which became very popular around the time that I made this, and I wanted to see if I could make it in SGB. Potential Harvest Site Found is the title given to Project Spectrum, which is one of the first serious projects that I created in Smile Game Builder. I still have it. Although it looks like that's not what this points to. This points to the Feverish game that I started to make for Fever Dev's Game Jam. So I probably used Potential Harvest Site as a template for that. But no worries. Both of these projects are still alive, and they're both still here somewhere. Heroic Questing is the game that I wanted to make that would be sort of my tribute / an emulation of the gameplay and mechanics and balance of HeroQuest in a video game form. I have this project file available to patrons so that they can play what I've made so far. I'm thinking of scrapping this and just doing it in Bakin. I really don't know yet. I realized pretty quick on that I would need to kind of have a tactical system in place. And while that's something that sounds like a lot of fun and a really rewarding challenge, I don't know that I feel like doing it. I don't know that I'm really interested enough. I don't think anybody cares enough for me to want to do this at SGB. So I probably won't. But I certainly could continue updating this with the new plan that I had, which was convert those tactical battles to JRPG battles. So when you open a door in HeroQuest and you enter the room and there's like 3 orcs and a goblin, this is a battle you're probably not going to be able to run away from. For all intents and purposes, it's kind of like a JRPG battle if you think about inverting the mechanics. I don't want to get too geeky about this right now. For now, oops, I clicked on Goblin Game instead of the lockup. I guess we'll continue developing Goblin Game. And that's fine with me. This is the Goblin Game devlog now that we're 6 minutes in. I just wanted this to be a nice, cozy experience, and it is. When we last left Goblin Game, we took all of the unused assets out. I left something on the map that was causing me to experience a bug that I had never encountered before, which I thought was really cool. I'm going to see if I can replicate that bug off camera by creating another up of land. I don't know why I said off camera, and then I proceeded to go ahead and start the bug. And then we have a to-do list we're going to check out, and we're gonna start developing. Don't fall asleep. I won't worry about that. I won't. Just go to your to-do list, Ash. Event settings. We have a few things here. Update the statue in the center to be an eye. Not super important. Import the mining assets. Let's do that really quick so I can show you the mining assets. I'm just about done importing all of the assets I could want, I think, for this, but I also wanted to show you something. I have separated and organized into the folders on my PC all of the assets from the different creators that are pretty prominent in the Smile game builder space. And yes, I do count myself as one. I've got assets that I've made, that Companion Wolf has made, Drasray, Jackson Mara, Mimicry, Soren Studios, and a little bit from Steve Links, who made a really cool face swap system for the base sprites. I've also got the Human Type A folder for SGB, so people who want slightly more rounded looking characters of the Type A variety will be able to import those. I need to send this to a folder here instead of having it zipped, because I want to kind of browse that and see if I want to add any of them to my game project. I might like how they look. I don't know. It's been a while since I've used them, so we'll see. But if you go into the Jackson Mara folder, you have between like 1 and 60 different folders and files, because Jackson had so many things. And I want to show you, let's zoom in here, hold control and scroll up, that I've been taking these and consolidating them into folders. So if you have this same problem, if you have all of Jackson's assets for SGB, you can consolidate them into different folders and unzip things and just combine them. And I'll maybe go into more detail about what I did and why I did it and how I did it. But I'll show you for now that if we go into my modified folder, I have 3 folders of Jackson Mara assets. I have industrial, outdoors, and village. And this beats having to import from like 18 different folders. If we go to JM Industrial, I have the assets of like 4 or 5 different packs. Actually, I have the contents file right here. Yeah, it's from 5 packs. I put 07 Industrial, 08 Industrial 2, 09 Industrial 3, 35's Mining Machine, and 39's Modular Pipes in this folder. None of the assets conflict due to file name being the same, so it all works. The theme works. In this folder, I have the assets from Crystals, Animated Grass, the fixed version, Plants, Dead Trees, Flowers, and then the 4 Trees folders. I learned that in pack 18 through 21, Jackson used the same texture file that all of these models read from, but with each new release, that texture file gets better. There's more added to it. So the texture file that comes with 21 trees can be used for all 4 packs because they'll all be able to draw from the correct part of the UV unwrap. So JM Village has a whole bunch of stuff in it too. And when you go to import your assets, like I don't have anything from, yeah, I do. I actually do have stuff from Jackson's. Let's remove them. I'm gonna remove Mushroom House. It'll cause issues, that's fine. Remove plants. We're not using them yet, so it's fine. Remove graves, remove poles. We're gonna keep bridge. We're gonna remove underground tunnel. We're gonna keep bridge because, like I said, there's a bug there, and I wanna figure it out. We can remove fishing. Watch this. Watch this. When I go add an asset folder, we just go to, I'm forgetting where I actually had that. It's desktop, it's Ash Game Dev, it's assets free and paid, it's SGB, and it's Jackson Mara. Now, if I go into modified, JM Industrial, JM Outdoors, and JM Village all have their own folders. So now I can click on JM Outdoors, click add, and boom, 98 objects were added to their own folder. Instead of having, what was it, 7 or 8 different asset folders added, I don't have that. They're all in one folder. They're all available from one folder. This is going to be so much more convenient doing things this way. I'll show you. Whoops. Delete those because our mushroom houses are gone. We got objects. And now right here, upper right, I just have one folder for JM Outdoors right here. And all my outdoors assets are here, collected together in one place. It's not bloated. It's a good amount of stuff all together. All my rocks, trees, and plants, and flowers, and gems, dead trees. I wanted gems to be here in the outdoor pack because I figure I can use these assets as outdoor things that are found. So yeah, I'm really happy about that, okay? That was something I was really happy about. We're going to add another pack of assets for the village, as I call it. And I don't know if we'll add the industrial or not. We might have like an industrial sector of this overworld map. Anyway, I'm not done with my project here of making all of these into minimalistic folders. I want to end up with like maybe 10 after I get all of them sorted and categorized together. I'm also taking the project files out of their respective folders. I'm going to put all the projects together in one folder so they don't import with the rest of the stuff, or they're not just hanging out in the folder, bloating it. So that made me happy to do that, make some progress on that. And I did all that off camera. So that's where my dev time's been going for right now. That'll help me with future SGB projects as well. Anything else that I want to import JM's wonderful assets into. And it might help you guys too if you are active SGB developers. So what's next? This is visually noisy to me. I need to select by elevation. I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to paste in different terrain. Let's just do like regular soil, dirt. Okay, it'll be a lot easier to see that now. Go back to my selector, select by elevation. We're going to select this almost center ring and we'll do a dirt. Whoops. Hey, select that again, please. Okay. A dirt tile that we're going to flood this with. There we go. And now we can see things much easier from the distance. In the last episode, I kind of showed you how to trace along the edges and then fill them in with what you were trying to achieve. So you don't have just like square, rectangle upon rectangle. Now that's a very natural looking state. We're going to do the same thing with the very edges of this map as well, so they don't terminate in sharp edges. I don't want that to happen. That should have perhaps happened. We'll do a free select in the last episode, but you know what? It just did not occur. So if I do something like this, I should be able to, whoops, trace along the edges pretty easily. Yep, and then it goes ahead and fills in everything's, and I can hit the plus sign to raise that up. Doesn't raise up very far because we're already reaching the maximum map limit. I'm not really utilizing the total height potential of Smile Game Builder. Ignore this anomaly of the graphic on the edge. It just can't, it's just not wanting to render all that at the same time as the rest. So I might bring the whole thing down by like 5, and that way I can have slightly raised edges at the ends, but it really doesn't matter. I can also place tiles that are kind of more, let's do this part now. I can place files that are more, it gets everything that's so cool, that are more like height driven. So, and then we'll go ahead along here. We're just clicking and dragging. Let's go up far this time so that it gets more, and then we'll just create some wavy lines. Something looks a little bit more organic. Raise that up. Perfect. It didn't catch this one. Didn't catch this guy. I'm gonna raise him up. Come on. Come on. Oh, it does not want to do more than one tile. You know, it's fine. That'll bug me later. It'll bug me now. It'll bug me now. Let's waste time with a rectangle select. Let's click on the tile. Let's raise it up. There we go. Now we're good. Whew. Okay, back to trace select. And then we're going up here. Excuse me. Not doing anything with mechanics or anything like that yet. Go ahead and do like one wall that's really high up. And then we'll, not wall, but like, and not high either. Those were both like, I picked the wrong one. I need free select. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Natural. Okay, one sort of like protrusion. Let's do 2 of them actually. We could put like a house or something in that little outcropping. Okay, that works. Now we have a nice edge here to focus on and gently sloping. And let's do something a little wild. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that too. And we have like Mr. Crab Eyes going on. We're going to utilize as much of this terrain as possible. I don't want to waste any of it. What? What happened? Ah, crap. Okay, I accidentally hit the right click. Very, very goblin-y twists and turns in the natural terrain. Who knows why? Okay, will that select properly? No, it did not. Not at all. That's too bad. That's too bad. I wonder why it did that. Well, we'll just gently slope it then. And then we'll come back. And then we'll come back. Let's see what that does. That worked. That worked fine. Okay, now with that done, let's do that. See if that worked. That did work. Okay. Okay, we missed a little bit there. That doesn't look very natural. But you know what? That's fine. And we can do this next. Raise that up. Perfect. Oh, I was worried for nothing. Like, if we grab this stuff and raise it up, we're already at the maximum, so it's not going to raise it up beyond the maximum. Okay, and we're here in this corner now, and I can just kind of... And I can see if that will fill in. Should, has been so far. Oh, it made it like a straight line. That's a bit weird. Well, we'll just do this then. Oh, that also did not do what I wanted it to do. That's so weird. It's fine. It's still fine. It's fine. It's whatever. We're about done. We're about done. We about did it, boys. And the next thing that we're going to do is we'll leave this open. We'll have like a view of the port or something, or of the water beyond this area. I would like to kind of hollow out a section of the map for a river or something, but we'll see. We haven't quite made it that far. I was going to add the mining assets, and I really went off on a tangent. So let's go to the objects. We'll go to add, and we'll go up a folder. We need the mining assets. Mining. I don't have them unzipped, do I? So we have to go back here, find them really quick. We have a modular castle, colonial, futuristic, Western pack, wooden fort, world map, hanging garden, hospital, modular mine. Here it is. Okay, we'll go here, go up, go back into Jackson Mayer's folder. Modular mine is right here. It comes with its own project file, so I don't want that. We're going to go to map objects. We're going to grab these modular mine, abandoned. With that, we have achieved one thing in 21 minutes. What is in this, by the way? It's been a while since I've looked at it. We've got crates. We've got crates. Very good looking crates. I like those a lot. Various crates that are like off center. We've got mine carts. We've got mine carts full of gems, and these gems look a lot like the stuff that's in the gem pack, so that'll fit perfectly. We have stops, walls, rails, corners, spinning gems. We have the dynamite. We have dynamite boomers. Oh my gosh, it'll be a very goblin thing to do, to go up and do something with the dynamite. What is this thing? This could be like a skybox. It says it's energy, but yeah, we'll see. We could resize it and re-import it. We've got tools. We've got mine track. Curved. Minerals, more minerals. Ignore the flash of the light. We've got different rocks that come up. Love those. More mine track. Elevated mine track. Looking forward to building stuff with this. Like, really looking forward to that. And then like an incline. So, good stuff. Maybe we could have like a minecart section. Maybe we could have a minecart that runs around the entirety of the outside of the lower goblin area. Let me know what you think about that. Let's go to the event settings. For here, import the mining assets is done. I'm going to go to our second event sheet. We're going to go to session 4. And then we'll paste that, and then we will also say finish contouring terrain border, because we did do that, and I don't want to think that I didn't do enough this session. Update all the terminology in the editor, clear out undesired characters. These are larger scale things again that have to happen before we are really like ready to start making the actual game. And I apologize for that, but maybe it would be a good idea at this point to kind of block out where we would start and kind of what the gameplay loop will look like and how it will begin. And I think what will happen is we'll start somewhere on this green loop. This green loop here. It's not really green. It's like it's sort of greenish brown soil. And maybe we'll come out of our goblin hidey hole or something. We have access to the lower goblin decks there. Maybe we put a wall here and we have a guard goblin let us in to make more sense story-wise. We'll have more terrain up and down as well. It's not just going to be this progressive up to down that we are showing here. But I think we can go ahead and maybe mark out a little spot for us to actually start in. I know I have a squarish building here, but that's kind of like in the uppermost map, and I would like for us to have access to this outer map as a way to give the player a feeling of, wow, this place is really big afterwards. So let's go to the JM Village and see what kind of like little house we could put down for ourselves to kind of start in. Like maybe the residents who live here gave us a place to sleep for the night, or I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really sure yet. I do know I really like this house. Like it's so cool. We've got columns for chimneys that we could place somewhere. Probably go ahead and make like a little village. This would be a place that you'd return to, I think, time and time again to kind of establish the gameplay loop to begin with. Not entirely sure. Oh wow, those are high up. What are those? Oh, they're like upper fences. Oh, that's for the cemetery. That's for the cemetery. We don't want that. Yeah, we don't need that right now. Why is it so high up? Pendants. We've got my bridge assets. Wagon. No, I love how that looks. Not completely sure just yet on that. So, I don't want to waste too much time. I said that I was going to clear out characters. I do want to make like the place where we're going to start. So we're going to go into our terrain, and we are going to go ahead. And I would rather us start on the upper map. Well, what do you think? Should we start on the lower map? That means I'm going to have to do a few things to the lower map to kind of spruce up a starting area for us, but it really won't be that much of a big deal. I guess I could though. And then we can be introduced. Oh god, I really need to do something with this map though. It's a little too samey. Yeah, I am gonna have to do something with this map. We'll go ahead and select, and we'll have like 9 goblin districts. How about that? And each one will be separated by the others. We'll have slightly different sizes, huh? Each goblin district will specialize in a type of thing that it trades. Maybe you'll even be able to increase your reputation with each of these districts. Yeah, I think that could work. I think that could be the move. Then our own like sort of goblin district be here in the lower corner. It's like the smallest of all of them. I guess I could have it extend a little bit. Then we're going to go ahead and plop some terrain assets in each of these polygonal shapes, because we need to be able to differentiate them at a distance, regardless of whatever weirdness this engine's got going on. I'm going to call this a district right here, this tiny little space, or maybe I'll do something else with it. It'll be like the Goblin District neutral maintenance territory or something. I don't know yet. Don't worry though. I will think of all of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be a small district, but a district it could be nonetheless. And I did mention this, that I might create a sort of reputation system, different like factions of goblins. I don't know if this was maybe envisioned by anybody else at all. Let's do perspective on this. Ah, crud. Perspective view really borks the camera. It really borks the camera. That's okay. Go back to orthogonal. Go back to orthogonal. I just can't tilt the camera very much. That's okay. Go back to orthogonal. Let's fill these in with slightly different dirts just to give them a little bit of differentiation. That's all I want to do. Get back to natural. We want ivy in 1. This is going to kind of remind us, whoops, the roles of these different places. Oh god, I didn't select by elevation. We gotta select by elevation. We can't just willy-nilly paste. We can't just willy-nilly paste everywhere. Okay. Then we'll do one that's... Ooh, I kind of like the lava rock idea a lot. Maybe lava rock... Maybe lava rock here. It's the most inhospitable of the... Dang it, I did it again. Most inhospitable of all of the regions. So it's the smallest. You gotta be a real tough one. We have a purple block called Poison Swamp. And I think we could go ahead and just, like... We can go ahead and say that it's not really Poison Swamp. You know. Because it doesn't have to be Poison Swamp. We have dirt. Pecking order goes like this. The dirt, the worms that eat the dirt. Alright. We'll go ahead and grab this field. I guess the dirt was what I was already using there. Field. Probably like to use the field one for this one as well. Does that sound good? Okay, I think what I would like to do is separate this district into 2. Might seem a little weird, but I have a reason for this. We're going to do this. So we'll add that wall back up. Select by elevation on this side. And we're going to give this ice. Ice or crystal. Crystal. It's a small area. Whoops, hey, select that please. It's a small area, but it's the crystal district. Crystal goblins will live there. Okay, we have 3 more changes to make. We can probably get away with this one. And then for these 2, I would like to do like snow or water or something, but we could do sand. We could say that this area is very populated by sand. And then I guess for this top one, what do we have? We don't have this one yet. We don't have stone floor yet, so we'll do a select all here. We'll paste the stone floor. All right, I'm gonna try really hard to edge these out and stuff and make them to where they look a lot more natural. But we're gonna have basically like little checkpoints and goblin guards standing on each one. These little regions will have their own like partnerships. So the guards will be like, you can come through only if you have enough reputation by order of the goblin chief of the sandy section. We'll have names for all of these. That's really bright. It kind of hurts my eyes. But since I have all of these nice dividing lines on the same elevation, what I can do really quick is select them. It'll select all of them. And then the goblins will have decided collectively on a type of material to separate them from each other in terms of just separating by chief, by biome, by region, by faction. And I gotta find out what that should be. I got lots of different options here, but I want it to be something natural-ish. Like if I had cobblestone, that would be amazing. I do have cobblestone. I can add assets. I can go to maps, I can go to objects, and I can go add, not objects, terrain. And I'm gonna add, this time, Companion Wolf's assets. CW terrain. Ground terrain. Yes, high-text terrain. I think this will work out fantastically because, where are you at? They're all round edges, traversable, perfect. So actually could have probably decorated all this with Companion Wolf's high texture terrain, which was specially made for this engine. What do we have? We have cobblestone, we have shingle. Pretty sure we have some cobblestone in here, some good stone tiles. They look so pretty in the editor, by the way. They look so nice. Okay, maybe we don't have cobblestone necessarily. Shingle with grass. Okay, I think that counts. Pebble. Ooh, pebble. Ooh, pebble. I really like pebble. I really like pebble. There's clay. Clay kind of makes sense. Clay kind of makes sense. What's silt look like? Silt might be fine too. I kind of wanted stone, but I mean, dirt works. And there's less of a prison-like feeling to the whole thing if I use that. So let's do that. So that, and then we're just going to do a flood on the lines. And now I'm just going to go to the select. I'm going to right click here, make this the start point. And we're going to click Playtest. We're going to middle mouse click to skip the title screen. Here we are. We're on the wall because we're looking down. And we're having some pop in because of the draw distance, which is fine because we're going to have houses and stuff everywhere to mitigate that. We're not ever going to be up here on the wall. This wall divides the regions. But we got these nice sized regions, and I know I'm kind of booking it through them. They don't look very big because of how fast I'm running through all of them. But rest assured, this is the plan. Also, this nice huge wall here that kind of tells us this is all underground. I'm gonna have pillars that reach all the way up. We're gonna have all kinds of structures. We'll have some more vertical real estate, so you'll have a little bit of up and down you can traverse within these as the map gets built. But for now, I'm really enjoying the differences in how these look. I'm definitely gonna replace some of these with Companion Wolf's pack. I might keep this one. I might have some like suspended areas over here. I might use the floating bridge pack and stuff for that one. So the goblins don't actually live in the poison swamp, they just live above it. But oh yeah, this one, I would definitely replace this with Companion Wolf's pack. So we could kind of do that now-ish, but what I'll do is I'll put that on the to-do list. And then on the very next episode, I'll get to work on the beginning of the game to try to make it playable for the episode after, if that makes sense. I want to make this thing actually playable. That's going to be the main challenge. It's not going to have very much of a like playable separate playable area. Separate bottom map into districts. Import CW assets. That works out really well. Oh, and something to do is create start events to make game playable. All right, we'll work on that next time. For now, 39 minutes have passed in the blink of an eye. I won't be spending a lot of time next time introducing the top menu and all that stuff. We'll just get straight to work. And I'm going to figure out this bug off camera too, so I can get rid of this bridge and maybe replicate the effects of it, aka fix it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope this was relaxing. Have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.